It is Thursday, March 9th, 2017. It's 6:37 p.m. in Hawaii, 11:37 in New York. Just want to make a quick video explaining why we are long JDST going into tomorrow's jobs report after having the terrible week last week where I twice bought JNUG into the suckers rally in JDXJ. Took me a little bit to get over it, but I think I have my objectiveness back, and I just want to make clear that I did not make this decision lightly. I did a lot of research, a lot of analysis to come to the conclusion that the market is underestimating how low gold miners can go. And because of that, I want to just explain the big picture here real quick. What actually happened in 2016, why this year is different, and why people, I think, are underestimating what will happen to miners. So if we look at 2016, what happened here? When did we really get into full rally mode in gold and in gold miners? That was here when Japan went negative on interest rates, and then the entire madness of NERP and ZERP and crazy central bank policy went mayhem. And obviously that was the perfect environment for gold. And I think we are still on some sort of sugar high because of that. And we underestimate the odds that there's a paradigm shift, and that central banks move away from that policy, and that now multiple hikes are coming, not just here in the States, but also in Europe, and who knows, maybe even in Japan. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but what I'm trying to say is the entire thesis why gold was bullish in 2016 is out the window, and I think we will see that be reflected in price very soon. On top of that, we had Tepper on yesterday on CNBC. He pretty much told us from his sources, which is a dude who runs background checks, and that is very correlated to employment data, that the first 3 weeks of February have been very strong, and that is when the market really started pricing in a higher number tomorrow. So the expectations are high. I think we need a number north of 250-ish to really get things going. But I do believe that that the odds are good that gold can go substantially lower. And I'm not a technician and stuff, but I mean, I can make the case this is a head and shoulders here, and that by itself, I mean, sharp patterns by itself, I don't think mean much. But if you have a fundamental thesis you can back it up with, then it makes a lot of sense to play it. And even if we look at JDXJ over the same time frame, I gotta say, that's a crooked shoulder here. I mean, that guy has issues, but still, it's some kind of variation of a head and shoulders too. And I don't know. It's like, I don't know how you measure it, but there's some neckline thing, and then you project from there to there. I don't know if that makes 20 more likely or not. But what I'm trying to say is, I think there's plenty of downside, and I think a lot of people have bought that dip the last week in miners when we didn't break below this, but below this 33 level. But these bounces here got shallower and shallower, almost like gravity crushing in on itself before like a collapse, before the black hole collapses on itself. So I think the odds are pretty good that we could see some avalanche of selling similar to this. I don't want to get ahead of myself, too excited, but I think there is plenty of downside, and we just need that catalyst. And I also believe that too many people believe that on March 15th gold becomes a buy, because then the Fed the rate hike is over, and recent history, oh yeah, you wait till the hike and then you buy it. I don't believe this will be true this time, so I would not be surprised if Friday was bad for miners, and the entire next week is going to be bad for miners, because people will be buying this dip. And I think that exactly happened here, that people were buying into the dip, and I know how the mind can play games on us, because it's done that to me last week, where I thought I had to buy into these suckers rallies. I know you can easily make the case here that JDXJ is holding up so well while gold is making new lows. Yeah, I get it. But if you look at the big picture, JDXJ showed extreme weakness before gold caught up with it. Gold made a new high here. This is where gold made a new high. GDXJ was close to the lows and broke down here the second gold came down from this high. So I think now this support level here will break, and I think there's a lot of stored energy. There was plenty of issuance in JNUC last week, so that's telling me a lot of people were buying that dip. That is very, very bad. If you have terrible price action and people actually buying into an instrument like that, that is not a good sign. It tells me there is no flush out. There is just I don't want to call it dumb money, but there is hopeful money buying that dip. Because I mean, I can say dumb money because last week I was dumb money. I was a total idiot. Suckers rally. So I know exactly how your mind can talk you into that. I think it's a wrong play. We'll see lower prices in gold, lower prices in miners, and that is why we are long JDST.